Here's what I sold in the last 24 hours on eBay to the left and on Amazon to the right. So there's 3 items on Amazon I sold, 3 on eBay, plus I sold another lot on eBay, which is a Stephen King audio cassette lot, audio book lot that are cassette tapes. So that was a bizarre one. I believe I got those as a donation, and so there was a total of 4 items on eBay in the last 24 hours and 3, so it's 8 in total. Here's my son, 8 years old. If you've been watching my videos for a really long time, you will remember him in the very beginning as a baby in some of those videos, and now he's 8 years old. Very big and a big helper. So yeah, so all of these, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, I can't seem to count right. It's 7 total in the last 24 hours. It is Friday, December 29th, 2023. So a couple days left in the year. And I have, so Friday and yeah, a couple more days left. So this will be the last time I ship for this year. My next shipping day will be Tuesday of next week, obviously, because everything will be closed on New Year's Day. So yeah, so this is what I'm shipping. So I had some great sales. I'll start with eBay. This is from a local buy that I made back in February of this year. $150 I spent on a bunch of boxes of DVDs as well as a bunch of CDs. And this is sealed. I don't recommend selling this kind of stuff on eBay. It was an experiment that I did to see if I could sell these between $2.99 and $4.99. I talked about this in a previous video. So this one, I just ran I'm running a promotion now for the next couple of weeks at 27% off of about 1,300 items in my store. I have about 2,200 plus items. So this was selling for $2.99, but apparently that wasn't low enough. And then with the 27% off, it sold for $2.18 plus shipping. So I'll see if I even make a quarter off this one. But there are people that have large warehouses that do massive quantity that sell sealed DVDs, even used DVDs, for $3.99, $4.99, free shipping, and they sell a ton of them a day, hundreds if not thousands a day, and that's why they get such cheap shipping rates and why they are able to offer free shipping. So you have to compete against those people if you're going to sell these types of items. I don't recommend doing it, but I do recommend looking up certain sealed DVDs, but not run-of-the-mill super popular ones like The Secret Life of Bees. So keep that in mind if you're going to get excited about sealed CDs, which you should, or DVDs, which you should in general, but just make sure they're the right titles to sell on eBay or Amazon for that matter. But this one also, I've made back my money on this local buy. There was a lot of sealed stuff in there, but the problem was a lot of it was not that great, which is partly why I tried that experiment. And I've sold a lot of them that were sealed, a lot of sealed ones on eBay. This was a book that was donated to me called Tales of, is that Mendele, The Book Peddler. And it sold for $10.94 plus shipping. This was donated all the way back in February, just like this one was, or this was a buy in February. So this took quite a while to sell, but I just started that promotion yesterday for 27% off. So I had it listed for $14.99 and it sold for $10.94. So this is not a book that it's highly sought after, but the reason why I put it up there individually was because it was one that was going for a little bit more than the other ones that I had got in that donation. And the donations I get from this person are typically by the author or by the genre, and a lot of them are historical fiction, historical mystery type of books. But there's also been some really great ones in there that I've talked about in the past that have been first editions of a lot of different rare type of books. But that came from that donation. And then this one, I'm always excited about selling these books because this is one that I picked up, let's see the date, October 23rd of this year from a thrift store. I spent $1.50 on it and it sold for $21.99 plus shipping. It is Guide to 50 Interesting and Mysterious Sites in the Mojave, Volume 2. This is a very specific book, which is why it's worth reselling. And again, this is on eBay, not on Amazon. It does have a barcode. I don't remember what it goes for on Amazon, but on eBay, you can get $21.99 for it. It's very much a homemade book by this particular guy talking about the Mojave Desert. And as you can see, he's right there. When it's that kind of book, I would definitely look it up and see if it's worth selling. For $1.50, it's definitely worth it. For $21.99, probably make around, plus shipping, I'll make around 15 bucks. Just as it 14 bucks, something like that. So it's a nice flip. It did not take that long. It technically only took about 2 months to sell. So I love finding those kind of books in the thrift store just to prove to myself and to the viewers that there's plenty to be found at thrift stores. You do not have to buy pallets or gaylords or do bulk buys. You can cherry pick at thrift stores, at garage sales, at estate sales, at library book sales, and find good stuff. But just learn your craft, learn what's worth looking up. You don't look up every book. Like, this is not a book that I would pick out of the thrift store, even if it was $1. It's not really worth it to sell it for 10 bucks or $15. Especially taking so long. But this one is very particular, very specific, kind of a homemade book that someone might be looking for. But do your research, see if it's selling on eBay, see what it's going for. Obviously, if I had found a copy that was going for like $5 or $7, it wouldn't be worth it. But going for 21 bucks, that's a nice profit. And then over here, I have 3 sales on Amazon. This is from that 1,000 CD buy that I made in 2021. In September of 2021, this is one of those that I just dropped the price significantly on and only sold it for $5. Count your blessings. Seasonal music, so I guess it's holiday music. Yeah, so that's not one that I would ever put up again. I had it listed apparently for $19.75, but it didn't sell over the last few years. But it finally sold it and moved on from that one. This is one that I've shared with you very recently. I just picked this up on the 19th of this month of December. It's from a little free library. This was a great pickup with a bunch of other books from that same little free library. I just went there this morning on a walk, and they didn't have anything new. But I predict that in the new year there will be new books put out by someone that reads more current books on average or typically, and puts out a lot of those into their little free libraries. So this is Winston Churchill, His Times, His Crimes by Tariq Ali, sold for $23.99. This is, by the way, both of these sold through Amazon through Merchant Fulfilled, not FBA. So I list them, store them, and then ship them when they sell. It's a great way to start with Amazon instead of just diving into FBA, which is more expensive because you have to pay for inbound shipping, you have to pay for storage, you have to pay for disposal, all of that stuff. And it's a lot easier if you just have even a couple of bookshelves to buy some books, put them on Amazon, Merchant Fulfilled. When they sell, you ship them yourself and just kind of get a feel for how Amazon works. I did not start out doing Merchant Fulfilled. I started with FBA, and I wish I had started with Merchant Fulfilled, though that's my recommendation. But if you come across great books like this, again, I just picked this up on the 19th. Definitely pick them up. Now, for $23.99, I'd pay $1 or $2 for it, maybe $3, no more than $3. I don't remember what the profit is on this, but for $23.99, it's a heftier book. It's a little less profit than it would be for a paperback that's under £1. But nonetheless, it's still going to be some nice profit, especially if it's free. So that's a good one. This was the jewel of the last 24 hours. And this was a donation. La Vita di Maria Nino Rota. This is a CD, not a book. It's in amazing condition. It looks sealed, but it's actually... Oh, wait a minute. Is it sealed? No, it's not sealed, but it still has the original wrapping on it here, as you can see. And it has multiple... Let's see, it has 2 CDs in there. It's one of those longer boxes. And this one came from a donation that I received twice from a guy, 5 boxes each of CDs. This is one I've spoken about, of soundtracks, classical music, and jazz CDs. And I've mentioned this before, but if you didn't see that video, the guy told me a really sad story where, number one, his friend had passed away and had a massive collection of CDs. Number two, he inherited them, and before he went to me, he took 12 boxes of the same types of CDs, which are immaculate condition, amazing, hard to find CDs, donated them to a thrift store. 12 boxes. Remember, he ended up donating 5 boxes to me once and 5 boxes another time. And they threw them in the dumpster. It's very, wow. So that not only deprived people of utilizing those amazing CDs, but also of someone making some money off of them. I was like, oh, I wish you had brought them to me. So nonetheless, that's the backstory. This sold for $69.99. A really nice sale. And it sold on, I had it listed for in very good condition. I only do that if they're in just phenomenal condition, which this one is. I mean, it's almost like he barely used it. And it didn't even it wasn't dusty, nothing like that. So clearly kept it put away and stayed in great condition. So $69.99 plus shipping, sold at Merchant Fulfilled. Look out for that one if you ever come across it. And yeah, those are my sales. So 2 really good ones here on Amazon, and some decent ones on eBay. So cumulatively, it'd be nice sales over the last 24 hours. So I just recommend that if you're gonna start on Amazon, that you do Merchant Fulfilled by Merchant. Some people call it FBM, Fulfilled by Merchant. I call it MF, Merchant Fulfilled. Either way, you are storing them and shipping them when they sell. And as you can see, you can make really nice money if you find good stuff to sell on there. And funny enough, I had put my store on vacation mode, my Amazon listings, and then when I came back yesterday, I turned it on, and all of these sold. So that was a good, some nice sales that came in. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next video. Take care.